Thank you, Mark. Isn't he gorgeous? He's gorgeous. He was up here saying, I'm not funny. I'm thinking, why does he have to be funny? Let's just look at him for a while. Communication is the #1 problem in most of our organizations. In fact, communication is the #1 problem in most of our homes. Or should I say, miscommunication. You know, in the marketplace today, in this age of information, we have so much paperwork, so much coming to us, so much information, so much knowledge, so many emails, so many SMS, so many texts. I mean, this stuff is just coming at us at such a rapid pace. It is unbelievable. And yet we have communication problems. What is communication anyway? Well, communication is the interactive process between at least two people where one person expresses what they mean in a clear and unambiguous style, and the other person understands the meaning of the message clearly and fully. So what we're saying is one person expresses and the other understands. I didn't say one person expresses and the other waits to express. I didn't say one person expresses and the other expresses louder. I said one person expresses and the other understands. And where there is no understanding, there is no communication. And we find that problem in our organizations from top to bottom, from department to department, from branch to branch. We find that we don't understand each other. We don't understand our challenges, we don't understand our problems, we don't understand so many things about what the other person is dealing with. Many years ago, I was hired by the Argus Group to come to South Africa and work with their newspapers. And I wrote a letter to the Sowetan newspaper and said, as our customer, because I was in the head office, as our customer, I would like to talk to you about what your needs are. And the general manager called me and he said, I've never had anybody in the head office say that I was a customer before. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it that you thought I was your customer. You see, the problem with communication is this. It's happening in 8 ways at one time. There's what you mean to say and what you really do say, and what they heard you say and what they thought they heard you say, and what they mean to say and what they really do say, and what we heard them say and what we thought we heard them say. That's all going on at one time. And so how do we figure out what the person really meant? How do we figure out the understanding that we need to make it work? And yes, we do live in a world of technology today, but those basic communication skills are what's holding us back in so many cases. I teach all of the skills of communication. I teach listening. I teach asking questions. I teach negotiation, public speaking, assertiveness training, how to deal with difficult people. Those things all come under communication skills. But one thing I can't teach is understanding. We have to learn to do that for ourselves. You know, even those of us who speak English don't necessarily speak the same English. I asked a young man the other day to get me a projector and to bring it to the room where I was speaking. And he said, just now? And I said, yes, just now. And he went away. So I chased him down in the hotel and I said, I don't think you understand. I need the projector just now. He said, yes, I understand. I said, just now. He said, oh, you mean now. Well, now I figured out just now in South Africa means after a while, and now means right now. So then I broke my tooth and I went to the dentist office. The receptionist said, the dentist will be with you now. So I went to the door to open and go in the back, and she said, no, he'll be with you now. I said, I'm sorry, I don't know what that means. She said, it means sit down. So those of us who speak English don't necessarily speak the same English, and we need to figure out how to communicate with other people. And you know, the nonverbals are so important too. How do we look when we say what we say to other people? How do we look? I was attending one of these seminars not too long ago. I was doing what they call research. I was sitting in the back of the room like some of these speakers, stealing other people's material. You know, they say if you steal from more than 5 people, it's called research. So I was sitting there and I was watching this speaker, and she was really good. And she had a lady in her audience that was sitting there with her arms crossed and this ugly expression on her face, like. And at the break, I saw the speaker go over to this lady, and she said, "Did you come to get anything in particular today?" And the lady said, "No, I'm just fine." And she said, "Well, if you did come to get anything particular today, why don't you just tell me, and I'll see what I can do to help you have a better day." "No, I'm just fine." And this went on until the speaker finally said, "Well, you know, you need to tell your face." And I said to the speaker at break, I said, "I don't believe you went up to that customer and said, you need to tell your face that you're all right." And she said, "I couldn't help it. It started in my feet, it worked its way up my body, and it just came out my mouth." And you know that happens to many of us. But I teach communication skills. I teach you how to communicate with tact and finesse and not have it just come out your mouth. And if you'd like to talk to me, I'll be around at the break. And if you'd like to book me to work back in South Africa again, please contact Unique Speakers Bureau. They are my exclusive representative here in South Africa. So thank you very much.